Now, I got to keep asking this question. I do. I got things to do right now. I got some downtime. I'm gonna be working on a PC in a minute. I got this new project over here, magenta, royal black magenta, which I'm gonna get into it again. But I have to ask this question. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. And we also have a company in the Crystal Wave Technology Screen, which is being converted to a new company. And you may hear my cat back there going crazy because he's got the Zoom A's. But I gotta ask this question. I have to. What is gain range? I've asked this over and over and over again. All we're asking him to do is post today to his website. There are form sites right now that are going to go hitting his site like crazy, coming back with think emojis and question marks. What is this stuff at the beginning? Now, I told you before, if someone could back up something that they could do, you would literally see tons of videos on it everywhere. Tons of videos everywhere. Explaining it, talking about it, breaking it down, the whole 9 yards, everything about it. In fact, we haven't seen anything on this stuff at all, period. And this is what I mean by people what we got to watch out for in the projector community altogether, even in the YouTube community, are people who basically do fraudulent work at the end of the day. And we can say that because, again, we've been asking for these range gains, a gain range, we're going to call it, for quite some time. Now, if they want to get mad at the end of the day and feel that people are picking on them, then don't make up stuff that's not true. If you make up stuff that's not true, you're going to put blood in the water, and it's going to basically draw sharks. If you don't want sharks in the water, you don't put blood in the water. You give them no reason to pop up. So if you can't go around making up stuff and claiming that this is a real thing when technically it's not. I'm going to put my Bluetooth into my tether on. Because you have to be to back this up. You have to be. You just can't be making stuff up. Now, I'm going to call you on it. I'm definitely going to call you on it. Because it should be called. There are certain things I won't play into because, again, it's a waste of my time. But there are other things that need to be brought to light because people like this is the reason why we're having problems in the projector community. Between those knockoff, fake, phony projectors that make all these false, fake specifications on what they're able to do and what they can't do, they really can't do. The people making up Mickey Mouse projection screen paints, claiming they are doing all these miracles that they can't do. And I guess this fellow thought at the end of the day that he was just going to make this stuff up, and he was just going to get away with it just like that. Well, I'm requesting today. Let's see a video on this. I want to see a video on this range gain. I've been asking for quite some time. I haven't seen anything. What you doing? What you doing? I think it's over there, Tackle. What you doing? Go underneath? Look at that. They go underneath? Yeah, they don't go underneath, man. Thanks, Tackle. I want to put a shield around this man. Look at that sucker way underneath there. Still can't reach it. Look. See him, it's right dead in the center. You always figure out some way, somehow, to distract me from a stream. Put it right there in the center. Good job. Gee whiz, man. Good job. Right in the middle of the center of it all. Move. Oh, it's so crazy. There it is right there. Right there in the center. Here. There's your favorite toilet bag. take time off. He's always doing something in the middle of a stream to get me up to do something else. Man, hit that ball right underneath the cabinet. Right dead in the center. Go ahead, play your ball. But anyway, so as I was saying, that this is the reason why you have to research people at the end of the day to make sure you're getting what you paid for. Now, they go carrying on me on this because they feel that I shouldn't question this. I shouldn't question what they're doing here. But if I question or anybody else questions it, it's harassment. Then it becomes harassment against them. And they feel that they shouldn't be put on blast for making things up. Well, as I said before, this is not being done out of revenge, because I'm not into revenge. Into justice, yeah. I'm into justice, yeah. That's why I got to pray on people that I take to court on how we're doing this and how we're going about it. I got an easy way. I can just basically just round you all up, take it to court, and be done with it. I have to figure out how we're going to do this, because, again, I believe in being fair to people. Even though they do me dirty, I believe in being fair to them. I don't give the devil that pleasure. But I'm going to call nonsense when I see it. I'm not going to cut you a break on nonsense. Because that's the reason why we have problems with people getting ripped off on screen paints and projectors at the end of the day, because companies want to come with these fake knockoff machines, or people want to come up with these outlandish products that don't exist. And you want to put a shopping cart and charge people for this. So since there is a shopping cart underneath this thing, then that means that it has to be real, right? You're not in here selling products that are not real. Series C is not available. We know that. Because again, that's a screen paint he can't sell. Let's see if there's anything here with shopping carts that are open. So we'll pop over to, this one has a shopping cart that's open. Let's log in here. See what we get at the bottom. Range gain. Right there. There's a range gain going on. There's right here. Gain range is a 0.80, non-existing, 0.85. Do you have any idea how high a 0.85 gain is? I got some daylights here somewhere on the floor. Let me go grab these daylight screens. See if any one of these, that gunmetal screen they got, that screen has a pretty high gain sitting on it. Let's see if this one over here has a gain that high. This is daylight screens. Let me see what we have. Alright. This one right here has a 0.6. 0.6. Put that over there, and wrap that back up. It's the silver one they have here. This one has a 1.0. 1.0. This is the parallax right here. That has a 0.8. 0.8. So this is the gunmetal technology they make. You see how dark this stuff is? This is their gunmetal technology. It has a 0.8 sitting on it. Your gain has a 0.80. Do you have any idea how high a 0.80 is? That's why you got people coming back to the forum site with laugh emojis. So this is a parallax. This screen right here has a 0.8, not a 0.80. You know, that's insanely high. I don't even, that's unwatchable. That is literally hotspot city on so many levels, it is not even funny. If you even hit that with 1,000 limits, you burn your retinas out. Don't we know what, 0.85? Where would he even get this from? Where did you get the gain for 0.80? 0.80. Pretty much just 0.80, 0.85. Where are you getting this from? Non-existent gain. We have their white surface. Doesn't have a gain on this one. So we'll put that right there. We have their another dark gray sample, contrast sample. Has a 1.1. Notice the point is always in the middle, 1.1. Right there. Put that over there. I think that's it. We went through all of them. So the highest gain we have on here is a 0.8. 0.8 is the highest gain we have on here. So question, where in the world did you get a 0.85 from? And mind you, if you're going to question my ability on certified screens versus yours, and you won't be able to stand the leg on, you have the leg to stand on that one. I've tested more certified than Mr. Danny has, a lot more certified. So again, this gain is non-existing on Projector Central. No one can find it. As a matter of fact, his site itself, an email is sitting on forum sites, and forum sites are going in to look at this because they don't think anyone was dumb enough or to write this, and they're coming back saying, gee whiz, actually there is someone who actually did this. So by judging by what we see here, you don't even know what range gain is, and you don't have an actual realistic gain. There is no such thing as a 0.80. Doesn't exist. But I guess you're claiming that because you can make stuff up, like gain range, that means you can make up your own type of gain. Got to prove that theory first. Can't have it unless you can prove it. You have to show something that proves it. You're the only screen paint on the market today that has two gains sitting on a screen of 1, which anybody knows on any forum site is not real. Unless you got a double-sided screen, it shows one game on one side, one game on the other side, then that's a different story. But you're talking about a paint. So you're talking about the same paint that you're taking out of one container that has the ability to produce two gains. That's virtually impossible. Because somebody did ask that. So was it a screen? You could have two screens. You can have one screen on one side, one screen on the other side. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. That's possibility definitely is real. You can do that. It's no problem. But you can't have two gains coming out of one screen paint. And the gain can't change based upon a paint technique. So what paint on application technique is used to get the gains? Which gain does the customer have when they basically start off? Do we have a 0.80 or a 0.85? He doesn't know. They won't know. And this is why this is going to get him a not as described claims on PayPal. If a company buys from you, they may well take you to court. They're going to sue your company. And they're going to take you to court, and you're going to have to explain what this is. You're already going to court. We already filed against him for him to go into court in front of a panel and explain this mess. He's going to have to go there and explain it. I'm going to tell you something. I ain't trying to be rude here, but I think your brain is slipping. I think your mind is totally slipping. Look. I think you're at the point where you're starting to believe in weird stuff. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is no way to explain this craziness at all, period. And maybe you have either delusion of grandeur or dementia. One or the other, you have something. But that doesn't explain anything. Everybody who came out of your room, came at your website, came back to the different sites, either described you as not knowing what you're talking about or drunk. Because again, this doesn't exist. That's like me sitting there saying that, whatever we haven't done yet. Something crazy I can think of we haven't done. Okay, here's a good one. I was thinking about some of the crazy stuff we do. We do a lot of crazy stuff. Hit a screen and a hologram just pops out of the screen and stands right in front of you. 7D technology. It's right out of your screen. Right in front of you. I haven't seen anything do that yet. I've seen hologram technology do that. It's a whole different type of screen. That's not even what you see on the wall. So that's something I would think in the range he'll be pushing for next. But yeah, that's how far-fetched it is. You have to have something there, special projectors, equipment, software, all that stuff to pull that off at the end of the day. And even though you're still not going to do it because your screen has to be designed completely different. It can't be flat to a wall. That's a 2D image. It needs something that's going to be a 3D image. So it has to stand out like in the center, something like a cube that can be seen from 4 different sides. It has to be to show multiple angles because you have to be to walk around this thing. It has to show a solid form. So it's going to be a little harder to do that on a flat wall. So with that being said, and especially with one screen, multiple screens are required for that for 3D application. But anyway, getting back to this. So today we are requesting from Danny of his PARTAY's PSP Premium products that he produced on his website today. Shouldn't be hard. You shouldn't need a day or two to do this. You made it up right. You should be able to explain it. So you should be able to see 2 videos. We'll check back here tomorrow. Got a little time in the day. It's going to take me about a couple minutes. Flash back here to your site and see if these 2 videos exist. I mean, of course, there's no link here showing exactly anything whatsoever. Because he just put a link here telling you that, let's see, application gain range can vary slightly based upon application technique. See here and before you start. Now, it used to be a video of him here painting the screen, but he got rid of that thing. Alright, go down. There's nothing in here. You can go through this whole thing. I've done it before. That's what everybody did on the site. They read through everything on his site and didn't find anything. So there's nothing there, right? Nothing there. By the way, this is a fake copyright. That's not real copyright. We checked that already. Danny, a question. When you write this stuff on your site, you know people are going to fact check your stuff, right? That's why we have links on everything on our page. There's tons of links and videos and stuff there backing everything that we say. Because we know people are going to go and research our stuff. They go through our YouTube channel, everything. So with that being said, if you're making this stuff up, and we know you are, you know people are going to look this up. And if you're going to look this up, then if they can't find it, guess what they're going to call you? A liar. But you're going to get mad at people and upset with them because they call you a liar. Well, what is it called when you don't tell the truth? It's called a lie. In fact, I really have to break that down for you. It's kind of sad. These are open shopping carts. These are open shopping carts. Down here too, same thing, gain range. So, Mr. Philosopher, let's see tomorrow if we come back, if you can explain what range gain is. So I've been asked, gain range, what do they call it? I've been asking about this for the longest time. There are people have been emailing him. Oh, they've been emailing his accounts. Yes, they have been. Asking him what range gain is. And he's not responding back to any of them. At all. He hasn't responded back to us. We've asked him multiple times, multiple videos. What is this stuff you're making up? I think at the end of the day, you really thought that you were going to come on YouTube, make up some stuff, and basically talk a bunch of nonsense on camera. Probably sat back and said, oh, people are stupid and gullible. They'll believe anything, because that's what it kind of feels like right now. It feels like you're insulting our intelligence by telling us that you can make up anything you want, don't back it up, and we're dumb enough to buy your stuff because you basically use some big words and call yourself a philosopher. At the end of the day, they got to buy from it. Then I'm using big words. No, people are a little smarter than that. We do something called research. We like to go in and back check everything and make sure with the person, what they're talking about, they can actually back up. You know, I can't go out there and say, hey, we got this stuff called ad tech. Go to a company, it takes in sunlight with no proof that it takes in sunlight. I got to back that stuff up. Literally just had that conversation about a few minutes ago downstairs in the lobby, looking at the windows where we're going to display ad tech in, and there's sunlight pushing through. And someone asked, is the sunlight going to affect the screen? And I said, no, not really, because we have this stuff that allows it to absorb sunlight. I got to see videos on that. We have to show this, not one time, multiple times in multiple places. And that's what we're able to do because we can back this up. I can show that off any day of the week because we designed it and it's real. Where you can't back this up, which makes you a liar. I hope you're in the room listening to me. And if you are, I have a little message for you. I'm expecting to see this explained by tomorrow. Matter of fact, yeah, tomorrow. By tomorrow, I want to be on your site. I'm going to look for 2 videos explaining the 2 different gains and explain to us what range gain is. Because to tell you the truth, I think everybody's a little sick and tired of me asking this question. And the people on the forum sites that have been hitting his site over and over again, he's probably changed his mail. He's probably blocked a lot of them. Been asking the same question too. What is it? Because that would be pretty interesting if you figured out how to basically paint a screen in with the same application of paint, nothing added to it, in a different direction, and the game magically changes. That's the game changer right there. That means if you figure this out, you're going to pass up multi-million-dollar opportunity for companies at the end of the day that would pay you a ton of money just to acquire a screen that can basically change its game on a paint down application. If you paint it this way, it's different. If you paint it that way, I'm going to cash in on that technology of ad tech. The fact that it can absorb sunlight means every single window down there in downtown area, even the airport, it can be hit with this technology because it absorbs sunlight. I'm going to cash in. I want to make money off of this. So you mean to tell me you figured out this and you're not going to make any money off of this? Not on that level? So we should be seeing tons of demonstrations on this. Because it's fake and it's not real. You made it up. There's consequences to getting online with the YouTube community, with the projector community, and making up lies. I'm going to keep pressuring you on this so you know this is not going away. You're going to get pressured on this. And I got a few organizations, some people who deal with websites at the end of the day who lie and commit fraud against their customers. And you're going to be under investigation soon. So I advise you back it up now before we bump into a courtroom. You're in front of a panel of judges and they had to sit there and decide your fate. Mr. Danny, I'm going to explain something to you. If you're convicted of consumer fraud, you're going to jail. You know that, right? And you're going to pay a lot of money. That's what's going to happen. So I would advise you back this up as fast as you possibly can. Prove this is true. So tomorrow, I'm going to go on your website and I'm going to look for these videos and see if they're there. Everybody else is welcome to do so too. You know where his address is at and his website is at? Go pop over there and see if he has. There we go. So, as I said before, you can't go in and basically do the things you have done. You can't go in, you can't lie, and make things up as you go along. Because even though you feel at the end of the day that this right here is supposed to scare me, I don't know if it's supposed to be scare tactics or what it's supposed to be, I don't know. You're still going to have to be able to back this up. I think what you thought at the end of the day that you were going to use this as a form of scare tactic. I don't think you were even trying to make a screen paint at the end of the day. I don't think you were trying to you were really serious about it. I think that at the end of the day you were trying to cause a scare tactic toward me. Because maybe you thought at the end of the day that I didn't know what I was talking about, and I guess you didn't do much research on me, have you? You can check how far I go back. I go back pretty far. Very, very far. I know exactly what I'm doing. But I think what it came down to you is you thought at the end of the day that you're pretty much, you feel that maybe you're smarter than I am and so forth and so forth. Some people get like that. They get that kind of privilege attitude at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. They think they're smarter than other people. And they feel that because of certain, or whatever, they feel that they should be smarter than other people. Just a nicer way of putting it. The reason why I say it that way is because the email we received from you, it was quite interesting, a little colorful, so to speak. When I speak to people of that particular blend of nature, if you know what I mean, trying to be very polite about this. So you feel that you should be no matter what. I'm here to tell you that you're not. I'm here to tell you that you're a bunch of hot air and you lie too much. That's what you do. And you don't like that. You don't like people telling you that you're a liar and you're full of hot air. But you are. So prove to me that you're not. Prove to me, to the community, that you're not. And all you have to do is just go in and explain the whole range game theory on the video. I will go and update all the forum sites, letting them know that you are going to go in and explain this to us all. We'll be in tomorrow to go check out your website to see if we can see the 2 videos of you explaining this. We actually want to see this actually working. I can smell bullcrap a mile away. And with the gain literally that high, you should easily be able to do this outside with no problem at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's an extremely high gain. You should really be able to do it with no problem. As a matter of fact, the fact that your screens are sitting on floors and you have very little lighting in the environment, it baffles me that basically you have a gain literally that high. Daylight screen has a 0.9. The Dark Star 9 has 0.8. Dark Star 9 has a 0.9, and the Parallax has a 0.8, and you have a 0.85 and a 0.80. So you should have no problem pulling them outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You got a little too dark in there for a gain that high. And that's what people were bringing back when they're watching your demonstration. Like, why is this area so dark? It's insane. You should be able to easily do that with no problem. So why in the world is your environment so dark all the time? If your gain is literally that high, that's because it's not. That's because you faked it all, and your product is nothing but a shamble and a lie. Now, you could take this the wrong way, which you probably will, by saying that, oh, he's coming at me because no. When I come at you, you'll be in a courtroom. That's when I come at you. This is business at the end of the day. I'm calling you out. Your product is a lie. It's a fake. And you need to back this up. You want to sit there and tell me that our ad tech is a fake and a lie? I got demonstrations for days. I could drag you in a courtroom, stick that thing in a window, watch sunlight come through it, and hit you for $500,000 for wasting my time. But you know I could do it, so you already know don't call my bluff at the end of the day. I'm not that type of person in the day that's going to sit there and lie about it. I'll get it done. So with that being said, the fact that you did back down, you did give us back our money, you did remove an entire state for us, clearly shows that you know who I am, and I am business at the end of the day. Because you basically know that when we come into a room, you may act like the big dog, but you know when a bigger apex predator is sitting in front of you, you are to back down and go in a different direction. So we asked you to back down when we came in to buy your products. So with that being said, I am requesting for you to go in and post 2 video demonstrations. One with the first gain, one with the second gain. Show the paint on application is required to achieve either one or the other. And when you post these screens, we expect to see them in a brighter environment. Your meter has to completely max out for a gain literally that high. I would love to be to see that reaction. So I would think it's suitable for around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You should be able to read that with no problem whatsoever. Sunlight. Not direct sunlight, because you're not going to be able to handle that. At least sunlight outside. Like when you're walking around your backyard making that false claim about me, that's the time you should be out there showing off that screen. Because that is an extremely super high gain. And you wouldn't need a high power projector to push it either. Not with a gain that high. Literally, no, heck no. You could probably do that at probably 1,000 lumens. 1,000 lumens would be still be overkill to what that gain is, how high that gain is. That gain is insanely high. That's why they're over there laughing, calling it Partay's retina burners. Yeah, you hit that with a 5,000 lumen projector. You know, basically, you show Cyclops where he takes off his glasses and that ray of uncontrollable light comes out and tears stuff up. That's literally what would be coming at you. Freaking Death Star Vision. That's actually a good name for your projection screen. Death Star Vision. Perfect name. There is no way in the world the human eye is going to be able to handle something that bright at all, period. You would have, good gracious, if a DLP rainbow effect popped up on one of those screens, that would be a nightmare. You ever seen one of those before? Oh, I have. I got a cancer witness one. It's like, it makes your stomach, like you're going to throw up. It feels like somebody just took your entire body and turned it inside out. It is the weirdest thing ever. I actually saw one. Rainbow effect. It's not like, how can I say it? You see it bounces off lighter screens. Lighter screens trigger off rainbow effect. Darker screens don't have it. So when we made our lighter screen paints, our real light ones, and I had a DLP projector, a BenQ DLP projector. And when it fired off, I saw this blot, like hot spotting, but it's kind of like colorful. And I just watched it race across the screen, and it makes you dizzy as I don't know what. It's like your eyes being all screwed up. It's kind of like why people get sick when they come out of VR. So you know what happens, right? When you come out of VR, right? You know your frame rate for your eyes are much higher than 60 frames per second. You're way over 120 frames per second. You're way over that mark. So what happens is when you're in VR, your brain, your frame rate slows down in order to be able to read what's going on in VR. So VR is like 60 frames per each eye at 120 frames, which is actually needed to actually pick up on basic VR. And what happens is when you're in a helmet or in VR, your brain literally starts to slow down in order to be able to pick up the 120 frames per second. When you take everything off, everything speeds up, and that's the reason why you go dizzy, you get headaches, and you pass out, or basically get motion sickness. Yes, I know that. You know why? Because I bought VR and did the research and came out of glasses and went, turned into a human fountain. Like, what the freak triggered that? You get headaches. I get headaches. I don't throw up, but I get headaches. So that's what happens. Your frame rate slows down. Your eyes are incredible. Can you imagine if you had projectors that work like your human eyes? Oh my goodness. That'd be absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. You have no idea how powerful human eyes are. Cats, on the other hand, they get night vision. How come you got night vision and we get night vision? You know how cool it would be if humans had night vision? You know how cool that would be? We had night vision? If God gave us night vision, that would be insane. You'd be sitting up there freaking and doing a night mission, and he'd be like, no need for night vision glasses. We have them click. And clickers come on, your eyes change, you get dialogue real small. That would be super cool. Hey, Taco, what's it like having night vision? What's it like? What's it like having night vision? Oh, man. I had this pit bull that was mixed he was mixed with Russian timber wolf. He picked up all the traits out of the timber wolf. It was a pretty interesting dog. He picked up the night vision capabilities. He picked up they already got incredible senses to pick things up. His senses were enhanced by so much because of that wolf in his body. He was big. He had the bone structure, everything. And the beautiful thing about it is he had a gator. So basically, for pit bull terms, pit bulls have short noses, German shepherds and Dobermans have what we call the gator, a long snout. So imagine a gator with a fang line like this at 150-pound pressure lock. He had pit bull structured jawbones. Yeah, he was something. He was an interesting piece of work. I actually gave him to a friend of mine who lived up in the country. He was more better suited up there at the end of the day. He guards the property. He's probably passed on by now, but yeah, he was a big boy. He's about tipping in at 220 pounds of solid muscle. He was an interesting one. And when I got him as a puppy, I didn't realize how much of that timber wolf was in him. So one day we had the lights go out, and I'm down in the hallway. I watched this joker stick his head through the banister, and I watched his eyes dilate. I was like, what the freak? His eyes literally dilated. It was adjusting to the dark. And as he was running around the house, he ain't hitting that one piece of furniture. The other dogs were smacking into stuff, but he was just darting stuff because you could see it. Fantastic dog for hunting. Excellent. But I advise you mixing him with that? No, because extremely temperamental. It's like Chow. Chow's a very temperamental dog. Beautiful. See? He's all white. They're like the dolphin in Never Ending Story. The dragon, whatever that thing was. Yep. He wasn't suited there. It wasn't good for him. I had a friend lived out in the country. They got along quite well. I'd say, hey, you want him? He'd say, sure. And he took him. So I packed all his stuff up and he went. He was better off there. Not being in that place. He needed to run free. He was meant for it. So that's where I sent him, and that's where he was happy. Got videos and pictures back of the new dog and everything. Everything worked out well. So yeah, interesting. But let's get back to this topic right here. Tomorrow, I'll come in. I'll give you the whole day. I'm not coming early in the morning. I'll give you the whole day. I'll leave out of the office at 6. I'll come out of here before I leave out at 6. We'll go in and check it out. Got the glasses on today, man. Playing that Dying Light. I'm addicted to that game now. Game's so good. That's a really good game. I freaking climb all the way up to the freaking master windmill. There's 60, no, they gave me 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I barely made it up there. I died like 9 times to get up there, but I was determined, kept going, kept going, kept going. Fell off at one time. Went back in, got blown up. One time I couldn't figure out where it was at. I just sat there and watched the sunset and just exploded. I finally got all the way up to the very top at 2 minutes and planted it. And then went to jump off. That game is really amazing. I'm looking for Dying Light 3. Then I got no series now I'm in love with. Love that game. Gave me a gun, I barely ever use it. I like to use the battle axe. That's what I like to use. PK's got more freaking better weapons on them. I just take their stuff. I'm gonna get back to my submarine. We're gonna finish the bottom half of my freezer unit. I was at City Hall showing off some of my stuff. Every time I go in, like, what you building today? What you doing today? Like, this is what we're working on today. Every time I go in, that's what I'm building. Even the post office, I'm in there asking what I'm building today. What are you doing today? What are you building today? We're making a freezer PC. That's what we're working on today. The guy was like, I wish I could build PCs. You can. It's not that hard. Just make it hard for yourself. That's what you make it hard for yourself. It's not that hard to do. Memorizing parts. You can memorize the buttons of all your console games on how to play all the games that you have. You can memorize how to put one of those things together. Not that hard to do. It's so simple. It's so simple. But let's not talk about that topic here because I want to shoot a video for this. I got some work to do on here, and I put that on side. But right now, to deal with this mess right here because it needs to be dealt with. So, serious note, Danny, do the video and show us. Because in the day, you're going to keep getting hit, man. And people are going to still keep going to your site. They're going to be emailing you all day long. It's not harassment. I know you want to go full Karen mode on everybody. And I know you want to get vicious with people and say, oh, it's harassment. It's not. You made it up. You made the lie at the end of the day. Either you come out and admit there was a lie and say, okay, I lied. You know, that's what it is. Then people leave it alone. And then unless you pick up another set of trolls that come at you, and they're the ones that are basically going to get on you for lying. So, you know, you reap what you sow at the end of the day. That's why you don't lie. You tell the truth when you make products. And you can sit there and say to me, well, I'm not doing it because I don't care at the end of the day. It's your problem, not mine. If you don't want to do it because I sat there and said it, I don't care. Because if I don't do it, if I sit there and say it, you know, other people are going to request you to say it. You know, as you're getting right now, people are requesting you to do it. Explain yourself. You're going to have to do it sooner or later. Whether it be me, whether it be the YouTube community, whether it be the projector community, or whether it be in court with a bunch of judges. And you'll have to do it in there. If you don't, you'll get hit with that consumer fraud. And Mr. Danny, keep in mind, you are too old to go to jail. You can get a 10-year prison sentence for it. You have shopping carts sitting underneath of these products with this fake information. This makes you a scammer and a fraud. Do you understand this? Because you have something here that is not real. And you have it under a PayPal shopping cart. Which means if a consumer comes in and sees this and he doesn't do his research, he doesn't see our videos, he may buy your product. And you can't back this up, which makes you a scammer and basically a person who have committed consumer fraud. So if you cannot back this up, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's all to it. It's simple and plain. It's not that hard. Now, if you can't back it up and it's not real, then you need to put a sold out on all your shopping carts and remove it. Or put it sold out so people can't buy it. If not, you're scamming people. And if you're saying you're not scamming people, and you're not a fraud, and everything I'm saying is a lie, then I would appreciate seeing the videos. Along with everybody else would appreciate seeing it. Now, see what happens when you, so to speak, paint yourself into a corner. You try to get on there and act like you're a philosopher. Well, this is man of great knowledge, and you're such a great philosopher at the end of the day. It should be an easy task for you to be able to show us. I'll tell you something. You may get away with that nonsense among your friends and family. This is the internet. Internet has some mercy. It doesn't. You'll be called out. You can't back it up. So, as my dad used to say, back it up or pack it up. There's no in between. All right, people, gotta go. Thanks. God bless.